Hey y'all, come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Now you sing, come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in? Come on. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for joining me late on a Friday for some. For some. Thank you so much for being here. Today we are going to discuss the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 2, which absolutely could have been part 3 in the end, and part 2 and 3 of the Real Housewives of Miami reunion, which could have been more because I love those girls. They are eating. I also was going to discuss Traitors today. Here's the thing. Give me a moment with Traitors. I feel like at this point I don't want to review it because I just was watching it and I was just getting very angry. And I like to review shows that I enjoy, that we can have a little laugh or a kiki about and just make some jokes and enjoy. Traitors, I knew how it was going to go and it went that way. I hate that I was right. And I just don't like the ending because of not just who won, but how they won. It's so sinister. I just can't wrap my mind around it. So I'm just I don't want to do it if I can't have a good time doing it. So we'll see. I want to try to finish it this weekend. If I can't finish Traitors this weekend, I'm just going to let it go because I don't need anything in my spirit that makes me unhappy. I just don't want to do it. I know we were supposed to talk about Traitors today, but I was just like, girl, I don't know. How are you guys doing? Hey, E for Empathy. E for Empathy said, hey, Nikki and the Star fam, I've been looking forward to this live. I've been neutral when it comes to Marcus, but I can't stand him anymore. Child, he and Larsa deserve each other. Betty Poop, ready Boop. Said, I'm so ready for this one. Thank you for being here. Kim said, hey, Nikki, hey, Star fam. I can't wait to get your take on Traitors. Me either. I got so angry, y'all, when I watched that. I was just like, ooh, Caroline said, hey girl, hey, glad I have something to listen to while I take my braids out. I know that's right. Hey Blair. Hey, the optics says Larsa deserves to be alone and registered for a re-education camp. Her eyes show she only cares for herself. Marcus is a lost cause. So that's his daddy's son. Ooh, y'all not holding back. Hey, love like you are. Hey, Alex. Happy Friday indeed. Love like you are said, what do I have to do to get a Real Housewives of Miami and Emmy? I don't know why it's so hard. I don't know why nobody's clocking for them like that or checking for them like that. It's such a good show. Hey, Spency, thank you for being here. Hey, Simply Simone. Hey, Mama Star, thank you for being here. Hey, Tia. Hey, Eva, thank you for being here. I couldn't get through it. I was so angry. I was like, I'm not going to have fun. I'm not going to have fun reviewing this. I'm going to try it again. Hey, lovely. Thank you so much. Kim said, I felt the same way about the Traitors ending too. Yeah, I'm like, this isn't a fun experience because I just knew this would happen, especially when Trishelle went after the way she went after Peppermint. I just knew. And I was just so angry. I'm like, this is not going to be a fun time. So I don't know. Spency said it made me feel the same way. Don't blame me at all. Thank you. Hey, she got 2 kids, D. Give me shelter said, hey, Nikki.Star in chat. Michael Jordan's son is such an embarrassment. My God, today. Speaking of embarrassment, I have got to stop wearing my, I think I'm going to go back to pencil. My liquid eyeliner, for some reason, in this eye, it just it melts so poorly. I don't know what's happened. It happens all the time. Blue Jay said, is the white womaning on Traitors? But we knew she would. If you watched her history on reality TV, I said she's going to get out every woman of color. And she did that. Nobody was clocking for her. I'm just like, I cannot believe y'all let her get away with it. This is why you have to research these shows. But if you are going to be privy to who's going to be on the show, if you're not, then you're never going to know. But if I was on that show, I would have absolutely went for her first because I knew that she would have came for me and everybody with melanin. Shanti said, "Hey, Nikki, looking beautiful as always. Thank you so much." She got 2 kids. He said, "I don't know who Marcus saw he was about to get together, was going to get 8 right up about the Delulu Larsa." Hi, it's Latasha. E for Empathy said, "This is why I can't finish Traders, unfortunately." Yeah, I was just like, I watch stuff because I just want to have a good time. Like, that show made me so uncomfortable because it's so freaking realistic to real life. It's so like this season was real life. Now, I will say a lot of people who watch Traders was just like, you got to watch the first season. It's way better. It's not like this. And, you'll enjoy it. And I'm just like, maybe that's the case. I just got to watch another season, or maybe I got to watch the Australia version, whatever it is. This played out so terribly. I knew it was going to play out like this. And just watching it just was like giving me anxiety. And I was like, I'm not having fun. She was absolutely robbed. And she was the reason why that show got so popular. If we're keeping it buck, Phaedra had Traders on her back. Now, it was a good show. It's been a good show. It had a good following, but the following that it has now is absolutely because of how Phaedra was playing that game. Spency said Peppermint and Phaedra had some good points on the reunion. Yeah, I'm hoping to be able to get myself up to it, but the way that I was feeling, I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to have a good time reviewing this. Blue Jay said maybe that's why we need critical race theory, because nobody want to talk about racism or race, but then be shocked and ruin or destroys our things. Absolutely. Everybody was talking about it. Like, there were a lot of fans who were discussing it. It was just like, this really took away such a fun factor from the show because of how they played the game. And yes, Trishelle is the problem. Dan absolutely started it. Trishelle just played into a platform that was open for her. Nate says, "Hi, Nikki and Star fam. I'm usually a part of the replay game. Glad to finally catch you live. Thank you for being here." Kim said, "Yes, season 1 was good. Everybody's telling me to watch it, so I'm going to give it a look." Yeah, I think that what people liked most about season 1 and the UK season, and I think Australia seasons, is that like it was a game that people were playing and it was fun. I don't think that the way this season of Traders was played was happening in other seasons. Maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't see this kind of like, there is like a huge reaction to the way this show played out. Hey, Manti, thank you for being here. Love Like You Are said, "Oh, the Traders Australia season 1 was so good, but season 2 will piss you off, and that's why they got canceled." Ooh, ciao. I will say, from what I watched thus far, I think the game is going to change. I think they are really going to change the way Traders is played, especially the finale. Especially the finale. Hey, KMB, thank you so much for being here. Let's get started. We're first going to start off with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This one was a snooze fest. I don't have much to say, but we will get into it. Garcelle. I do not know why. Oh, I don't have her picture. Why don't I? For some reason, I just did not get Garcelle's picture. Garcelle. I mean, for me, she was the best dressed. I don't know why I didn't get her picture. Here it is. Like, she looked the best dressed to me. But I just feel like Garcelle always wears this. Like, if Garcelle doesn't know what to wear, she's going to wear a sparkly number. No shade. I'm a sparkly girl myself, but I'm like, you got money. Let's switch it up, queen. Let's switch it up, queen. Garcelle. Why do you keep on allowing Dorit to eat you up like that? Like, what's going on there, mama? What's going on there? First of all, you allowed Dorit to eat you up for protecting Cal. Get the hell out of here. Not you defending Cal, and Dorit ate you up for what? Points. Why do you keep on allowing her to talk to you like that? That's so crazy how Dorit shuts Garcelle down and Garcelle doesn't say anything. And I thought that it would not have happened this reunion because Garcelle was doing so well on the season and at the reunion. I just did not think that she would get ate up like that. But, you know, and I got to be honest with you, I was on Dorit's side because Dorit was just like, I'm talking to Kyle. Me and her are hashing out our issues. Why are you jumping in? Now, I understand why Garcelle was jumping in. Not because she was defending Kyle, but because Garcelle does not like Dorit. She does not like her. She was commenting on everything that she was saying. Her and Crystal, it seems like her and Crystal, and especially Sutton, they get together and they drag them too. They are not a fan of Kyle. They are not a fan of Dorit. They're not like that other couch. They're not a fan of. So it was very obvious that they have conversations because every time Garcelle said something, Crystal would be like, or Garcelle would look at her like, you know, so it's obvious that these two are talking, and that's fine because that's my dream team. That's always been my dream team, Garcelle, Sutton, and Crystal. I'm glad that it's finally coming together. But it's been too long. Thank you, Crystal, for waking up. But you could tell that it was very obvious that they have some kind of relationship, and you could also tell that Garcelle does not like Dorit. I don't think that Dorit doesn't like Garcelle. I think that Dorit is just unaware. And I don't think that she knows that a lot of people on that show do not like her, Kyle included. Like, I don't think that she gets it. I don't think that she realized that her mouth constantly writes a check that her behind cannot cash. And she just thinks that people are being like so ridiculous for defending themselves against the things that she says and how she treats people. But in this instance, she was dealing with a situation with Kyle. And I'm on Dorit's side with this because I just don't know what Kyle's issue. Kyle keeps on going back to, oh, you didn't talk to me this whole time, but then you mentioned my marriage on camera. That's the show. You guys have to talk about it and catch up. If you guys have not hung out before then, that's not us, the audience issue, right? You have to hash out what we saw, what we witnessed, and go from there. You want Dorit to have this kind of loyalty to you that you do not have for her because you are very nasty about speaking about Dorit, Kyle, this season. Like, it was obvious that you do not like her. Even when Dorit was talking about when you guys were hanging out and you were just like, we don't hang out. So for you to want this loyalty from somebody who you don't consider a friend is very weird. But again, I think this all leads back to them all banding together to get out Lisa Vanderpump and then Erica crowning Kyle the Queen of Beverly Hills. Now y'all mad that she's acting like a Queen of Beverly Hills, but you gave her the crown. And y'all can't take that seat from her. Y'all can't take that seat from her. So that's why you're mad. That's why you're mad. I gotta give it up to Kyle. I gotta give it up to Kyle because she cleared Sutton with that horse line. She was just like, listen, I shared my whole life. I watched my child grow up on this show. I've shared my, stuff going on with my family. I've shared, my sisters, our relationship on this show. What did you share, Sutton? Your horse and you going to therapy? I was like, oh my gosh. But if we keep it a buck, Kyle has shared a lot. Kyle, here's the issue, right? You have shared a lot, right? But you kept your marriage very close and you made sure nobody said anything about your marriage, but you did not do the same for other women, right? You were always having conversations on camera about the other ladies' marriages when they were going through all kinds of issues. And then you discussed it in your confessional. You did not give them the same grace with their marriage that you are wanting. And that is what the ladies is trying to explain to you. But you are just plain stubborn because you don't want to talk about your marriage and you don't want to talk about your new relationship with Morgan. Hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it next week. We will see. I think that Andy is doing the yawn on purpose now. I think because he got a little viral moment with it, it's something that he's going to keep on doing whenever Dorit is speaking. I also think he doesn't favor her. I really, really do, because Dorit was, this is where we get into the robbery. Dorit was robbed yet again. And she was talking about that with Andy, and Andy started to yawn. And she was just like, don't you dare. Don't you dare. But I feel like if this keeps on happening, every time Dorit speaks, and then she says, I'm going to wrap it up so that I don't become long-winded. And Andy was just like, you're already there. You're already long-winded. I feel like he's pulling a stunt, and he does not favor her. I won't say he don't like her, but I do not think that she is one of his favorites on this show or in the franchise. You can wrap it up, Andy. We don't need to see the yawn again during another reunion. We got it. The joke is dead now. It's dead. Dorit keeps on getting robbed. At this point, honey, it's suspicious. It's suspicious that you keep on getting robbed, and then you are talking about getting robbed at a place that everybody knows, that every woman knows. You got robbed at Marshall's. 3 men came into a Marshall's and stole your purse. Where was this Marshall's? Alcatraz? Because let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Don't none of that ruckus be going on at Marshall's. Now, if you said you were shopping at Ross, I would believe you. Marshall's, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, you're lying. You're lying. We don't have no riffraff like that in Marshall's. That's not how it goes. You mean to tell me that 3 men walked into Marshall's and weren't profiled immediately? A man could walk into Marshall's by himself. Everybody gonna be on alert, because why in the hell is you here? Unless he's a homosexual. If not, what are you doing here? What's going on? Everybody's on alert. Everybody's grabbing their purse, their mace, their razor blades when a man walk up in the Marshalls. And we're alert, but we're not alert often, because that just doesn't happen. And if you were in a Marshalls in LA and 3 men walked in there and robbed you, where was this Marshalls? That's what I need to know. I need to know, where was this Marshalls? Because if you say it's that Marshalls in Beverly Hills or West Hollywood, use a damn lie. Use a damn lie. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And it's not far-fetched for Garcelle to have questions like everybody else did. Everybody else, Dorit, the way you retold this story, if it's true, amen. God bless you, right? But the way you told this story was so freaking just over the top and unbelievable. Again, if it actually happened, my deepest apologies for feeling any kind of uncertainty about the situation. But they're holding guns to your head. But they're also taking requests for your phone. They're robbing you in Encino, one of the richest parts of the valley, one of the most over-policed parts of the valley. It just, from somebody who lived in Encino, that stuff just does not happen. Not saying that it can't happen. It's just, I think it's not far-fetched for people to have questions, because it just doesn't make sense. They had time to break your glass. They had time to come in and do all this robbery, go through all of your stuff, but they left the phone so you could call the police. There was no surveillance. There was no CCTV anywhere in Encino. It just seems a little far-fetched. So I am not going to come down on Garcelle for having some questions, and especially for her taking the brunt of that, because she said everybody felt that way, but she was the only one who spoke up. Because when Garcelle said that, she said everybody was thinking it. And we all talked about it. We all thought that it was a little suspicious. Nobody said anything. Nobody said, oh, no, Garcelle, we didn't say that. No, you know what they did? Especially Cal, she was just like, well, this was how she was feeling in the moment. She never said that she didn't say anything. Because Kyle can't talk either. I'm telling you, if it comes out that they're in an insurance fraud robbery ring with Teddy and her husband, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. But I'm going to leave that robbery story alone. I'm going to leave that robbery. As somebody who has been robbed, you had the nicest and most caring robbers ever. Them people are there for money. They are desperate. When you get to the point where you're robbing somebody, you're at your last wits. Like, it is end game for you. And you don't leave no witnesses. Maybe Encino robbers have a heart. Maybe they're not so hungry. Maybe they want to be recognized. I got robbed in Philly. Maybe it's different over here. I will say, this is the thing, right? Kyle is messy, but I did feel bad for her. I did feel bad for her this season, especially on this reunion when she was just like, my entire adult life, I was married. So it was really hard to talk about the situation because so much of my life was given to this. And here's why I feel bad for Kyle, because she became a wife and a mother so early on, so early on in her life. After, like, coming from her sister's shadow, she becomes a wife and a mom, and she becomes her husband and her kid's shadow. This woman is literally trying to figure out who she is on national TV. It's rough. It's rough. I got to give her grace for that at least. For that at least. Because just hearing her talk, it's like, ugh. And I don't think she regrets her children, right? I do think that if she could change her timeline, she would. And I just think it's just so unfortunate that this woman is trying to figure it out now and, kind of being judged harshly when it's just like, we've all seen this happen to our mothers. We've all seen this happen to older women in our community. Some people are experiencing it right now. Like, some people, like I have friends who are starting, soon and very soon will be like empty nesters in about 8 years. And they're planning their life. Like, what is this? What am I going to do now? Because I stopped everything to do this for this human and that human, and now I got to figure out who I am years later. So it's a rough experience, and it's even rougher to do it with the world judging you, especially when you have not been the kindest to others. So I feel bad for her in this sense. Erica, oh my God. Please, next season, do not talk about the victims. You have no sympathy for them, and it just never looks good on you. Like, it just never goes well. Yeah, I said, and I met with the victims because I needed to see the human behind all of the media drama. And then when you ask any more questions, I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. You can't talk about it because you're not trying to give them your money. You're not trying to give them the money back. You even said that one of your paychecks was a part of one of the victims' settlement. And you never followed up with, well, when I realized that was it, I decided to give that back. Like, you're not doing anything, even if it was like one gesture. Oh, I sold on my shoes, not so that I could survive, but so that these people can get this, because you still have this Bravo check. You still have other income, right? You just can't live the lavish life that you used to live. And I think we all would rather watch that than you just hoarding all of this cash and doing, one-off shows in Vegas. I think that's the other story is more interesting. And I think it's just a better image for you overall. I really, really do. Listen, you can say what you want about Crystal. I feel like she clocked in this reunion because Detective Crystal Minkoff, she was just like, listen, I know that you're saying that Tom has dementia. My father have dementia, and I've worked with several dementia organizations. I'm going to say this. You have about when you are diagnosed with dementia, you have about 9 years until the end of your life. And in that time, you rapidly deteriorate. Tom was diagnosed with dementia 4 years ago, and he still held. The judge still deemed him competent to stand trial. Something is fishy. And Erica is just like, she just wants to say that he's faking it without saying it. And I'm just like, well, what else is there left? Like, why are you protecting him? You could say it too. Unless you're protecting him because you're going to get something out of whatever he settles with. It's just very weird that you're protecting this man that you said did all of these things, and you're the innocent victim. Why are you protecting him? Very, very weird. Why is Kathy here? And why is she calling Mauricio Maurice? Did you notice that? I'm like, his name is Maurice. Why does he have so many names? What is going on? And you know what else? I forgot that 8.5 was there. I forgot that she was at this reunion. I really, really did. But the only reason why I realized that she was still there was when Andy asked her about the clip of Sutton talking about how much she got in the settlement. And it's like everybody tries to be a comedian on this show until somebody who is actually funny shows up. And then I got a problem with it. Because Kyle really had an issue with name 'em. She really had an issue with that going viral because she kept on mentioning it to Sutton. She kept on mentioning it, and they kept on like saying things that Kyle has said in jest, obviously as a joke, and they're trying to make it seem like she was serious, and it was so demeaning. Y'all just mad that she's funny. Y'all just mad that Sutton had a really good season. Y'all are just mad that she had viral moments that nobody else had. Y'all are just mad, especially Kyle. You were just mad that this woman who did not have a divorce storyline carried the season. And you shouldn't be mad at her. You should be mad at yourself because this should have been your season to carry with the storyline that you have. Anyway, 8.5 finally speaks to say that she knows all of these people who have money and they just they wouldn't talk about money. She comes from a world of money and you just don't talk about money. I'm like, if you don't talk about money, trying to drag something, if you don't talk about money, why are you on a show about money where the job is to talk about how much money you have to fund your lavish life? You don't make sense. You just be hating with no reasoning, which is why it looks like you came on this show to be Kyle's guard dog. Because what is your beefs with people? You only beef with people that Kyle do not like. It does not make sense. And it really seems like Kyle brought a woman of color to go after another woman of color on the show, and also a woman of color to go after a white woman on the show who has had racist allegations. It's giving y'all trying to Lisa Vanderpump some people, and I think the fan base is smart enough to catch it. That's all I wanted to say about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. The Optic said, I go up for Garcelle. I do. But she isn't well educated, nor does she stand 10 toes deep with the likes of Dorit. Dorit needs a Kenya to go against. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Josie said, pretty sure the same dress Lisa Rinna wore a few seasons back, and Lisa Vanderpump wore it at the reunion. Oh, quite possibly. Quite possibly. Oh, JL said, I'm waiting for a final phone interview this week for a new job. Wish me luck. We wish, we send prayers and blessings. What's for you will be for you. Hoping that we can say congrats soon and very soon. Eva said, Garcelle likes to jump in and out. I wish she would have stood on business with the REIT because she showed that she can, right? She showed that she can. So I don't know what's going on there. Lovey said, Dorit also speaks to Garcelle differently than the other women. I'm white and I can hear it. Yeah, and Garcelle has addressed it, but when Dorit does it, she doesn't say anything. And I'm like, this was the opportunity to say, there is the issue. You were talking to Kyle, now you're screaming at me. For what reason? That was the moment to say it, but she just said, okay, and shut up. So now she thinks that she can talk to you like that. Tia B said, Dorit always puts an emphasis on Garcelle's name. Yep. She doesn't do that to anyone else. Absolutely. Putting her in her place. Caroline says, Andy doesn't like Dorit either. He sure did. Sure did clock that. Jade said, funny thing is something was more entertaining than the halfway step in Kyle, and it was annoying. No one blatantly called out her hypocrisy. They never will. They're afraid of her. And that's why Kyle doesn't take tea with Sutton, because Sutton isn't. She got two kids. Z said Kyle shares other people in her family's drama, things that make her the victim. Good observation. Nate H, what's up? Said Kyle got something together. I was kind of gagged. That little horse comment. My kids have grown up on the show. I've shared my marriage. I've shared my sister's relationships. My kid that had a 2-year-old birthday party is about to go to college. I'm like, how the hell old is Portia? About to go to college. Is she going early? But anyway, Kyle was just like, and you shared your horse in therapy. Yikes. Miss Brown Sugar said, nah, I don't give it up to Kyle. The things Kyle shared. Oh, I got that one. I did. And this is the same comment though. Same, universe where other people's accomplishments or trials in her life, not her life and her feelings and her flaws. I can agree with that. Give Me Shelter said Kyle is only open and honest about her sister's dynamics, but she absolutely had not shared her family outside of curated scenes. Kyle is not and will never be the queen of Beverly Hills. We'll tell that to Erica Jane. She got two kids. These that Kyle has told Kim's business and Kathy's not hers. Well, Kathy was telling her business, wasn't she? She was like, I knew something was going on in that relationship for about 4 years, but I wasn't going to say anything. And the makeup artist was like, well, now you said it. She was like, yep, now I said it. I think Kathy is good for reality TV because she has no filter, but because she doesn't need reality TV, she'll be back and forth. She needs to stay consistent because she is just, she is a wild card. Miss Brown Sugar said, no housewife gets credit for showing their kids milestone. It's just a part of life that happens in every family. Showing a lavish party is basic housewifery. That's what everybody is saying. That's what everybody is saying. I'm just like, here is the thing. Y'all cannot play these games on reality TV, and I hope for them that this was the real deal. I told you I work for an insurance company, and they look at everything. Girl, especially when you want big money like that. Give Me Shelter said, remember Dorit and PK had a flood last year? Someone inadvertently left the tap on that it caused water damage. JG said, the Dorit robbery story still made no sense. They held you at gunpoint. It was so nice to leave your phone by the gate. Make it make sense, but she can't. The optic said, LOL, I like the yawn. No one is humbled Dorit. No one is humbling Dorit enough for me. Crystal has her moments from time to time, but Dorit needs to be reminded that she can be disrespected just like she attacks others. Marshalls is that girl. Marshalls and Home Goods, especially Marshalls and Beverly Hills. Oh, girl. The Marshalls right across the street from the Beverly Center. I get all my nice pieces from there. Oh, it's not a game. She got two kids, D said, right, and he showed her kids more than others because they were young when she came on. Sutton's kids aren't. Speaking about Kyle, got a point. Blue just said, NikkiStar, I have to thank you for being a safe space and a reality TV savant. Oh, my God, thank you. Because you got me arguing the street. Thank you. I love you. If NikkiStar said 3 + 6 is 56. Thank you. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. At every freaking station, especially at the Marshalls across the street from the Beverly Center, at every station. At every station, wherever you go, there is a camera. You keep on getting robbed. Something is up. Something is up. Give Me Shelter that Dorit, Kimsey, and PK accidentally flooded mansion and are suing insurance. July 13, 2023, per Yahoo News. Dorit is a scammer like PK. Mark my words, they are grifters. My God, today. Y'all got Dorit, stop getting robbed. Just stop. Just stop, girl. She got two keys. D said, Dorit said they were threatening to off her, but then they left her phone to call her husband. Samara said they point a weapon to her head, and it was nice enough to leave her phone to call her husband. NC said, I need to see the Marshalls footage of this robbery. Dorit claims the store recorded on surveillance. Tia B said, yeah, remember when Kyle said Diane Keaton psychic had on her mom's ring that was Yes, that was an actual robbery, Mom. That was an actual robbery. Lovey said, I just feel like I'm at the end of the line with Kyle in her life. The end. Yeah, this is the thing. If Kyle doesn't come back next season, no shade, as a butch lesbian, I don't care for the storyline. Like, I don't care for the storyline. If she's not wearing sports bras and low-rise jeans with the boxes hanging over and some big cowboy boots, I don't want to hear it, Cal. I'm not interested. I am not interested. Or giving us a soft stem. I'm not interested. I want to, if we're not going down the Morgan LGBTQ pipeline, I'm not here for it. What could you tell us that we care about now? What? You and Maurice don't talk about that marriage. Y'all only talk about that marriage on his Netflix show. So we're not going to get that tea. Then give us the Morgan tea. Okay? She got 2 kids. He said my mama started getting bust downs once we left. I know that's right. Miss Brown Sugar said, I think Garcelle's comment is exactly what we were thinking, but it was weirdly misplaced. Garcelle would have been better pointing out that Dorit should also be questioning why it happened. Ciao. Miss Brown Sugar said, Nikki, what you shared is what Kyle could have shown us. That alone is compelling, but you don't get to say, oh, it was a hard time. I kept it to myself. That's the show, Kyle. And get mad at other women when they're pointing it out. Like, you could tell Kyle has a lock on these ladies because she was bringing Morgan to every event, accidentally bringing Morgan's shoes on trips. Morgan is feeding her at her friend's memorial, and none of them said anything. Not even in their confessional. Oh, she's in charge of the girls. Eva said, Crystal knew her job was on the line and she clocked in, baby. She said, y'all not going to make me a friend of. I know that's right. Eva said, Crystal really did clock in for work. I hope she comes back if she's going to bring this energy. Me too. She was not talked about this season like that. And we didn't see her. So why is she at the reunion? I don't know. That does not make any sense. She sure did. She carried it. Give me shelter said Kathy is at the reunion because outside of her sisters and refusals to take responsibility for her behavior, she has, that's what it seemed like. It's given fraud. Miss Brown Sugar said, what I can't understand is why none of them were asked, so you knew your husband was experiencing dementia. Because they know he's scamming. Candace said they are mad that something was funny and they are mad that she's rich. Yeah, absolutely. Sutton does not need this Bravo check. This is extracurricular activities for her. She's getting $300,000 a month on top of the other stuff that she's doing. They can't stand her. Give me shelter say Kyle hates that Garcelle does a Central Diamond energy, and Sutton and Crystal has loyal fans. Her day in the sun is almost over. The gag is she leaves, LVP comes back as the OG. Kyle needs a pause. I feel like if she's not going to talk about her life, absolutely. That's the show. How are we not going to talk about money? That's the show. You're literally holding diamonds in the promos for the show. How are you not going to talk about money? Like, it's weird. She's such a pick-me. She got 2 kids. Z said, I have nothing to say about 8.5, except as a Black woman, I was annoyed her legs weren't glossed up. Well, I feel like she jumps in and out of being Black when it's convenient for her, when she can use it as a weapon or to garner, something from it. Because the first time I heard her talk about being a Black woman was when she was defending Dorit to Garcelle. Hey, Opulent Pomegranate. How are you? Ryan said 8.5 hosted a whole diamond party that doesn't scream rich to her. Make it make sense, right? Where she had that diamond jeweler of Beverly Hills, I forget his name. She had him there passing around diamond samples. Like, girl, go ahead. You're right on time. Hey, Elizabeth. The optics said for the astrology girlies, Sutton is a Virgo. Who else is Virgo? Her sister, Kim Richards. When a Virgo comes around Kyle, her insecurities are amplified. Kyle's sun is dimmed around Virgos. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what none of this means. Especially when y'all do the sun stuff and be like, Sagittarius' moon is in Saturn. What does that mean? Because somebody, I was at some improv thing and we were all like introducing ourselves, and this like we were introduced like saying like interesting things about ourselves. And this girl, she said that she was a Taurus. Was it a Scorpio sun or moon? I was like, what? And everybody was like, ooh. And I was like, what does that mean? But you know, the astrology girls, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Miss Brown Sugar said, see, I don't think Dorit targets Garcelle on purpose. Oh, I don't think so either. It's an unconscious bias when Dorit has been told about it for years and has refused to do anything about it. Absolutely. I think that that's just how she treats people who she thinks that she's better than. Absolutely. It could be she thinks she's better than them because of race, because of social capital, because of where she lives, right? It could be anything that she thinks that these people are beneath her. She would treat them the way she treats Garcelle. And I was just actually just really gagged that Garcelle caught it during the season and during the first part of the reunion, but now she's just mum. Hey, Coos Girly, thank you for being here. 16 or 17? Oh, that is the time you start looking at colleges. Oh, wow, she grew up so fast. Let me get a few more and then we'll hop into Miami. Miss Brown Sugar said Sutton still has shared more about herself, even if it was about Merce or about buying a horse, without thinking, because it's a key into her background, her struggles, her personality. Yep. I heard that too. I heard she was not great. Blue Jay said, no disrespect. How hard is it to work at an insurance company? Is it an interesting job? I am curious. Oh, I did absolutely nothing. I was on YouTube all day watching people do reviews of shows that I like. That's how I got into this. Because I was watching people doing this and I was just like, I'm funnier. How do you have all these people watching this and you are not funny at all? So I was just like, let me get into this. But yeah, I did absolutely nothing. When I would go, I would watch YouTube videos all day at my desk, take like a few phone calls. Then I would go to lunch with like 20 Filipino aunties who worked there. And they all would give me advice about finding love. Then the rest of the day, I would go and check on the head insurance catcher or whatever. Like she was the person that she worked in insurance fraud. So she was always the one who was like catching people. She was the one who I told you about, like R. Kelly's camp was always calling up there with an insurance claim. And she was like, denied, they're lying. She was like, I'm still waiting for him to show me the police report, and I still ain't got it. Denied. So I would assist her for the rest of the day, but I didn't do anything. And I had a great time. I would be back and forth gossiping with the mailman. I had fun. Yeah, I did absolutely nothing. It's not hard at all. I had a blast. The optic said, wake it up. A blonde Virgo is cows. A Capricorn kryptonite. Again, I don't know what y'all talking. Astrology will tell you everything. I follow Allison DuBois, and she hasn't missed one. Is that Camille's psychic? Let me know. Love Like You Are said, after finding out who Sutton's husband is, everybody should have been glad she ain't share S about that. That man can ruin lives. President of the 6th largest asset management company. Ciao. Kai said, Kyle is hot that Sutton is becoming a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills darling. Baby, when she brought up that cashmere line, I was like, that wasn't even on the show. Kyle is having to close her store right after I didn't know that. Blue Jay said, Dorit lying is scary lying because you truly have to be audacious to think that people believe or check. I can't trust those people with a pencil. Ciao. Miss Brown Sugar said Crystal is 100% on the dementia Alzheimer trajectory. It doesn't get better, and it goes from bad to worse quickly. Bamboozle Jane and bankrupt. You cannot trick me. You cannot. Kai said Sutton shared more of her relationship with her ex, her mentor in her life in New York, trying to be more independent for a man she was with since she was 14. Yep. She said after taxes. I know that's right. I know that's right. She's here for a good time. And that's it. That's it. She absolutely should. She absolutely should. Give me Shelter said, I feel like Kyle and Mauricio willingness only to show their marriage issues on his show, but not Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, is huge. Robin Dixon on the Patreon energy. I agree. I agree. Yep. That's one check. That's one check. That's just the alimony. That's not even the stuff he give her for the kids. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yup. She don't need this check. 300K after taxes, 2 baseball teams, a lumber company, stocks, etc. Come on. She don't need this. They are stupid for beefing with this girl. And they are stupid for thinking that Kathy is going to shake Sutton. Get out of here. Get out of here. Ciao. Yeah, girl, I don't know what's going on, but it sounds interesting. It sounds interesting. Miss Sugar said, whoops, Erica Jane did no research, was super cold with victims and tries to put herself as also a victim. Promised to stay in touch, but never did. And then the way she did her former costumer, ciao. She just needs to shut up about that. I wouldn't say anything. The author said, NikkiStar, the big 3 are sun, ascendant, rising sign, and moon. All right, I'm already lost. The planet and the moon placements affects one's personality. Planet, moon placements affect the water in one's body chemistry. So where the moon in places is settled affects how we are. You know, I'm a lost cause. Oh, always. They couldn't believe that I was not boo. They said, your face. I'll be like, yeah, I'm single. Oh, okay. Let me check out Messy Allison with that fake cigarette. She was on it. She was on it. No, I don't. I feel like she is embarrassed for being attracted to a woman, probably because of the things that she has said, what candidates she donated her money to, organizations that she gave her money to, and the people that she has aligned herself with. So now to be in the community of a people you probably oppressed is a little tough now. Because you come out, people are going to be like, I know that's not who I think it is. Not her. Not that one, right? So she probably got to tiptoe out the closet, not because her community will not be accepting, but probably because of the things that she has said and done. And people of the community she's trying to jump into know what she done did. That's probably what that is. So she's probably going to play, but not say it because of her, her words and her actions are probably supporting somebody who has said and done some things. Some rich people, they are nasty to marginalized communities. Absolutely nasty. So Lord knows. That's probably why I feel that's why she's taking her time. Because the LGBTQ community in Beverly Hills is going to be like, now, girl, not you trying to come over here and play. That's what I think. See, what are we talking about? I'm a Sagittarius with a Philadelphia moon. Like, come on. What's going on? No, you're not late. You're right on time, Chantel. We're about to get into the Real Housewives of Miami. Where is their Emmy? Stop playing with them. These girls are delivering. Let's get into it. Lisa's divorce is so messy. She has to live in a home that's legally live in a home that's close to the home that she got put out of with her kids while she waits for this man to build her a home that he's not trying to build her. He's going to take his time and do it poorly because he's legally bound to do it. But she can't own the house and she can't get married in the. Let me tell y'all something. I always say, if you're going to go after these rich men, know what you're going after. It's sex work if you keeping it buck, right? Because these rich dudes, they are not attractive. All they got is money. And they know that. They know that you with them for the money, right? They know that they have so much money, they don't have to work on having personality. They just throw this money at these women. But I'm telling you right now, when you fall out of favor with them men, they're going to do you dirty. The broke ones do you like that. The rich ones going to take you through hell. The rich ones going to take you through hell. I know Lisa would have never believed she would be living like this. And she's in another situation where she has to be taken care of because no shade, I don't think she would be with that man with all them teeth. But she got to have some kind of financial security because her ex is unstable. Her whole life has been about men taking care of her. At least you got to get free. You have got to get free. This is a terrible way to live. This is a terrible way to live. I've already said this. I hate the way Gertie's cancer journey has been treated on the show. Because Gertie is trying to show Lisa that she hasn't been a good friend this season. And Lisa is just like, I'm fighting for my life. And everybody was just like, Gertie's fighting for her life. You are not fighting for her life. And then she throws in her kids. All these housewives do it. And I'm starting to feel like y'all don't really like your kids like that. Y'all just use them because it's convenient to throw them out to get sympathy. And Lisa is just like, I'm fighting for my kids. It was like, you fighting for money. Them Miami girls are lethal. She's like, I'm fighting for my kids. They said you're fighting for money and for a better way of living. You ain't fighting for them kids. Poor thing. When she started breaking down and crying, and they're like, Gertie is fighting for her life. You want to have all this attention. You want us to drop everything and be about you. Our friend has cancer. You're not important. That's just how it goes. We're going to put the focus and attention on the person that we don't know is going to be here tomorrow, that is fighting a battle that has killed millions. You're fighting for a condo while still having a Rolls Royce. If you don't get out of our face, like really, I don't think it hit her though. I don't think it hit her that she has been a horrible person this entire season. Adriana, Alexia, and Marisol are beefing again. I feel like these three are just never going to get along. I think they're going to get along for a minute. And then every time we get to the reunion, they're going to be beefing again. I think the problem with Alexia, Marisol, and Adriana is that Marisol and Alexia feel like Adriana should fall in line behind them. And Adriana don't believe that, right? They have done everything. They have tried to isolate this woman. They have tried to be best friends with Julia. And Adriana stays on their neck because Adriana knows everybody's business. But I'm like, Adriana, do they know your business as well? If I was you, I would just let all of this go. I will let all of this go because I feel like if Alexia gets some tea on you, child, stay woke. Stay woke. So Julia finally apologizes to Lisa for saying that she was a bad mom. I'm not laughing because she said that. I'm laughing because Andy was just like, do you want to apologize? And she was like, at this moment, no. They were all like, Marisol was taking me out because she was just reacting to everything. She had the same reaction that I was having. I was like, Julia, just apologize. Lisa was like, Julia, I would really just love an apology from you. I would really love an apology. And Julia was like, at this moment, no. She did not care. I was like, oh my God. You just can't say sorry. You did call her a bad mom. Even if it wasn't your intention, you said it. Just apologize to the girl. But later she did apologize and they were able to move forward. Larsa! is the thing. I'm no longer blaming the non-Black partner. We're not doing that. I'm blaming the Black people who lie down with non-Black people and have these multi-biracial or Black children with these people, and these people have no idea what the hell they are talking about, and they're raising your kids. They are raising these kids who have no idea who they are, and they're going to make some Black girl who is studying her behind off at an HBCU teach them about their culture and be the Black mama that they never had. Or they're going to make some older Black woman at their retail job be the Black culture and mama that they never had, and that is not fair. That is not fair, especially with the labor that Black women have to do. Now we got to raise your kids and teach them about their damn hair. You should have been doing that. You should have been doing that. This is a Black problem. I'm not blaming a non-Black partner, right? Because that non-Black partner lets them kids know exactly who they are concerning their culture. So they know everything about them, but they don't know a damn thing about the Black side. And that's on you, Black people. Because what in the hell was Larsa talking about, sitting there looking at a Haitian woman and saying, yes, Gertie, I agree. African-American woman. I'm like, Gertie is Haitian. My God, to death. And poor Gertie, she just went with it. She was like, yes, African-American women do need to get checked. Oh my God. You think just because somebody is Black in America, they're African American? Oh my God. You can't even tell us apart. Poor Gertie. Even Kiki looked at her and was like, there's not a Black American on this show. What are you talking about? You just want to have something to say, and you are so ill-informed. Now, yes, she was right when she was talking about that Black women need to get checked. I absolutely agree with her on that. But she was saying that to Gertie and Kiki because she thinks they're Black American. She thinks they're African American. Oh my God. Black people are the largest demographic in the world. We have so many different cultures. There's so many different things about us. We are the same, but we are very, very different. My God, today, we are all not Black American. I told y'all about my friend who was just like, she hated living in New York City because everybody thought that she was Black American. And she was like, it wasn't like a shady way, because I can always catch when somebody trying to come for my people. But she was just like, it's just like wherever I go. She was just like, it was in New York City when she was studying in Paris. They would call her Black American. And she would be like, do y'all not know any, like, we're different. We come in different cultures. What are we talking about? But my God, today, Larsa thought she ate. Yes, Gertie, because African-American women, Gertie was like, yes, African-American women. Ooh, I blame Scotty. I blame Scotty. But yes, please get checked. African-American women, Black women in general, wherever you are in the world, please get your mammograms. I also thought it was really ugly that instead of having watched the season, instead of Larsa coming on this show and saying to Gertie, you know what, I watched it back and I apologize. I should not have told your business. You told me not to say anything. Larsa just defended what she did and just never apologized. She's just like, oh, well, I thought you were saying that I shouldn't tell people about your cancer journey on social media. That's really what I thought you meant. And you know good and well you did not mean that. You know you did not think that she meant social media. You could not wait to tell every and anybody. You know good and well that woman said, do not tell anybody because I want to tell everybody myself. And instead of just apologizing, you are doubling down on your poor behavior and then saying, I apologize 30 billion times. Why are you such a liar? It's no reason for you to be such a liar. And then when the show was showing receipts of Larsa telling everybody, she's still like literally looking at the footage and saying that she didn't do something that everybody saw. And Gertie is just like, am I crazy? Like, this girl is just a liar. But I will say this, Gertie. Now, I am on your side. But the before and after pics about Larsa, telling her that everything about her was fake. Do we need to see before and after pics? Now, girl, you went deep because even Andy was like, Andy was like, you know, he lives for the mess. You know, he lives for the mess. So I feel like at this point on the third part of the reunion, Gertie was just activated because she was just sick of the mess and just going back and forth with Larsa, who is denying everything, even when there's footage. She was just tired of it. So when Lisa tried to chime in to help her friend, she started going after her and cussing her out. What did she call her? She said a mascot. She said, go ahead, mascot. Defend her. Go ahead, mascot. And I was like, oh, what is going on? But you know who was living for this outside of Andy? Marisol. Marisol was having a good time at the end of that couch. She was eating it all up. I will say this. It is shocking to me that an heir to the Jordan throne is clamoring to be a housewife. The way he was so antsy, wanting to get out there. I wish I was out there on that couch. Man, I wish I was out there. Why? You wish you were out there fighting, arguing, going back and forth with housewives? You're the heir to Michael Jordan's throne. What have you done with that? Well, I cannot believe it. I am gagged. That man was backstage. Oh man, I want to be out there. They don't know what they're talking about. Man, if I was out there, what would you do? What would you would dress down Adriana, cuss her out, give Alexia a good read? What the hell is going on? He gives me like them rich suburban kids that are obsessed with the hood, and everybody from the hood is like, listen, we make it lit. It's rough out here. Why are you trying to emulate or trying to live like this or be here when you have this? You sat here on this show and said you didn't even fly commercial until you was damn near an adult because your dad had a private jet. Why are you on the Real Housewives of Miami? Not even Beverly Hills. The Real Housewives of Miami fighting to get a seat at the reunion couch. What is going on? What is going on? You know, another thing I didn't like was when Andy, even to ask the question, right? I don't care who was thinking it, but for Andy to ask Larsa if she thinks that Gertie is weaponizing her cancer, I just thought that was so awful. Because even before Larsa could say anything, because we know she would say that, Gertie just started crying. She was just like, I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm a survivor. Like, I have never seen anything like this before in my life. The way this woman who is fighting and beat cancer, the way she has been treated on this show is mind-boggling. It is crazy. Can we get into Kiki? My God, today she needs to is she a friend of her? I think she saved the whole reunion. So she has to be holding a margarita. She has a story. My God, today she has a story. When she was talking about her stepmother threw her out of the house, told her dad she was putting her out the house, and her dad came to America from Haiti, was still married to her mom, married this other woman, and started a whole new life. Her mother didn't even know anything about it until she came out there. And then the new wife was just like, oh, she got to get out of here and put that child out on the street. And she had to go live with her auntie, who she had to do everything for, because her auntie just didn't know how to do everything. And I guess because she was younger and could get more acclimated into, the American society, I guess, and was able to do more. That happens with a lot of immigrant children. They tend to be doing a lot of adult stuff. Like I told you about the guy that I used to tutor in high school, like he's Puerto Rican, and I was his Spanish tutor. African-American Nikki was his Spanish tutor. And I would just ask him, I was just like, why, no shade. Why don't you know Spanish? Like, this is your first language. And he was like, well, everybody in my family speaks Spanish, but my mom would not allow me to speak because I'm the one that has to talk to the bill collectors. I'm the one that has to talk to the landlord. I'm the one that got to go to the post office. Like, he was a child and he had to do everything because he was the only English speaker. That was crazy. And just hearing Gertie's story, I thought about that. And I was just like, she has so much on her shoulders as a very young person. And the adults in her life just did not protect her. So to be able to do what she was able to do, and now as a mom, she feels guilty because she's just like, I want to do more for my kids, but I'm holding on to the money because I don't want them to ever have to live like how I lived. But I also loved how the ladies was just like, you know what, we're going to help you. We're going to throw your kids a party. And she was like, thank you so much. Thank you. Also my son. And they were like, Gertie, we only throwing it for one baby. We only throwing the party for summer. Your son is 18, but I don't think that's fair. Give him a party too. He deserves it. But I will say this, Gertie. I know that I'm not Gertie. I know Kiki, that your life has been rough. And that you were able to make a better life for your kids. They deserve the birthday party. Chuck E. Cheese is right there. Chuck E. Cheese is right there. Y'all got no rec centers in Miami? Come on. Go to a park. Get some pieces in a Costco cake and some balloons from the Dollar Tree. Now, there are ways. Kiki. Them kids should have had a party. And their kids, they won't know anything. Take them to the pool, the local pool. They don't know anything. They should have had a party. Larsa talks about giving her daughter a $2,500 a month allowance. Now, at first, when I heard this, I was just like, she needs to give that child more. She's living in Los Angeles. $2,500 is nothing in LA. Nothing. That's low income housing. If we keep it a buck. Right? And then she said, well, she's 15. And I'm like, okay, now wait a damn minute. Why are you giving that 15-year-old $2,500? Who is she living? Are you not with her? What's going on? Is she living with Scotty part-time and her part-time? Why does she need $2,500? What is Scotty giving her? That something in the water ain't clean. Something in the water is not clean. Marcus finally made his way to the stage to kiss Larsa and encourage her. Larsa, he's using you for your housewife platform. I can't believe it. Because then we all think it was the other way around. We thought that she was using him so she could become a Jordan. He's using her because he wants to be a Miami housewife. This is crazy. One of the heirs to the Michael Jordan's throne, his legacy, wants to be a Miami housewife. I'm gagged. Child, Michael, get your boy off this show. Julia. Oh, this outfit. Woo! To Wong Fu. So Julia, her and Martina are giving themselves a year to adopt a child. She's got another adoption agency. She has two now. She's giving herself a year because they want to adopt a child. She wants to adopt a son, but she says she'll be happy with the daughter. Here's the thing, Julia. I feel like your daughters are older. I feel like you should enjoy the few years that you have as a empty nester because you're going to be a grandma, right? And them kids are going to be dropping them babies off because you want to have children in a home so much. They're going to be dropping them babies off and dipping in and doing it in Miami or across the globe. And you're going to be in your grandma mama mode, but you're going to get sick of them kids after a while. I don't think that this is something that she needs to do. I really, really don't. I think what she wants to be fulfilled, she will actually get that from her daughters when they become mothers, and she could do that with her grandkids, right? So I say enjoy your wife, enjoy the farm, have a good time. Another reason why I don't think that she should adopt, just my opinion, the way Julia has talked about a child, I feel like the way she has talked to me seems as if she is trying to replace the child that she lost. And I don't think it's fair to do that to a child who was given up, abandoned for whatever reason, to put that on them when that child did not ask to be giving up, right? Or that child did not ask to be in a situation, to put so much weight on this child who already feels abandoned and not good enough. It just happens naturally, as a lot of adopted kids have talked about that. So to put that on that child, wanting them to fulfill something that you lost, I don't think it's fair. I think if you want to give love and you want to give a home to a child, great. But if you want them to replace someone that you lost, I don't think that's fair. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Larsa, you absolutely do push products on the show. You just do. And you just need to admit it. You need to admit it. Andy tried to save you and was just like, well, doesn't everybody do it on the show? They were like, Andy, she does it for everything. Every gift, every trip is about promoting Larsa's business. And Larsa's like, well, you don't want to support a woman working. Everything should not be around you getting money. These ladies just want to have fun. You gave them a birthday gift that was your tequila logo. It was a diamond necklace, but it was your tequila logo. Who wants to wear that? You don't give real gifts. Everything goes back to you. It's not a real gift. Kiki and Lisa get into it. And at first it was a little tense because Lisa, again, did not want to recognize that she did anything wrong. But Kiki was just like, the way you talk about people and the way you talk to me, I do not like it. You talk as if you're better than people. What I was not expecting was Andy to not only let Lisa know that how she speaks to Kiki is a microaggression, and then break down what a microaggression is to Lisa. I was like, not you telling a Jamaican. Because don't you throw that out there? I can never treat anybody like that. I'm Jamaican. Okay, girl. Not you telling her what a microaggression is. I was like, look at Andy listening and learning. It's about damn time. It's about damn time. So we wrap up, and the ladies let us know what they have going on. Adriana is going on a world tour, and she says that David Beckham and Messi is going to be on this tour along with Emilio. Julia's final thoughts. Jump scare. Julia's final thoughts. Why, Julia, why were your final thoughts about Larsa's butt? Didn't it come out of nowhere? Well, Martina and I are going to adopt a child, and I still do not think that Larsa's behind is real. What are you talking about? Why did you bring that up? Larsa was just like, well, I don't really think you're gay because you like black penis. What is happening? What just happened? I was so shocked. I'm like, what are we talking about? And then she was just like, Larsa was like, you told Alexia that you like black penis. And Alexia was like, don't do that, mama. Don't do that, mama. She told everybody that. And everybody was like, yeah, Julia let us know that she likes black penis. And Julia was like, yes, I do. I like black penis. What just happened? This show is so freaking bizarre. This show is so freaking bizarre. And Andy was just like, just because you love a woman doesn't mean that you don't like black penis. What is happening? What is happening? OMG. My God, today. everybody just, the way y'all talk about black men's bodies, I can't stand them. But my God, today I'm gonna fight for them because what are we? You don't like black men? Nobody could have said black men, just black penis, huh? Okay. But you know what? Some of them like that. So go off. Go off. So then Alexia, she gets her little feelings hurt, right? Because Alexia has been known to, as she says, to not be a liar. And everybody was just like, nobody on the show is a liar. So who are you talking about? So Andy helps her go down the line. So Andy's like, who do you think is a liar? Dr. Nicole? She was like, well, yes, Nicole is a liar. And Andy was like, liar. Like everybody that she called a liar. And it was like, liar. What about Marisol? She was like, she doesn't remember what she says. Marisol was like, ay. Oh, you're not going to do that to me. Marisol's feelings was hurt the entire show. She did not think that was funny that Alexia did that. She couldn't even get into the song at the end. She was hurt by that. So hurt that her and Alexia got into it at the end. And she was like, why didn't you say that? You didn't protect me. And Alexia was just like, oh, you're making a big deal. She was like, no, I don't like that. Don't you yell at me. Like they just started fighting out of nowhere. And I just cannot believe these heifers don't have it in me. Because I wanted the show to follow them. Like, don't put the cameras down with Miami. I want to see everything. These women always deliver. I'm going to miss these broads. I'm going to miss these broads. So we end with the cast taking shots of Larsa's liquor, Larsa's tequila that finally arrived, and then we end with this like lip sync opera performance from Julia and her friend that she was kissing at the club that Adriana saw. I love these heifers. I'm so mad that they don't get the respect they deserve. They deserve to get the praise that Beverly Hills gets. That's all I wanted to say. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. Glad you're here, Gossip and Grigio. Oh, look at the difference. OMG. I'm a greasy girl. Excuse me. I don't even be. What did I have was greasy? I had a smoothie. Oh, I had salmon. I had some grease. I had a garlic butter salmon. Child, I be in here cooking. Give Me Shelter said, talk about Girls Out to Beverly Hills. I feel like Kyle is queer baiting. This storyline is a win-win for everyone involved, including the tattoo. Okay. I'm from Philly, Philadelphia. What's Pennsylvania? That's where Taylor Swift is from. I'm from Philly, Philadelphia. Optics, thank you so much. I still don't know what none of this means. Astrology girlies, Nikki, yes. Sun, initial personality, ascendant, rising sign is how others view you. And moon placements is a hit in personality. Sun. So the sun is set. So I'm a Sagittarius. So the sun is a Sagittarius. And ascendant would be how people view me. I feel like I'm a Sagittarius with a Aquarius moon. No. A Sagittarius Aquarius rising. With a, I don't know, but what's my moon? With a, what are they? I forgot all of them. What's a Capricorn? You know what? I'm out. I tried. Kai said ever since Garcelle had to ask to read it for only black and brown people, her family nor the hell they haven't. She hasn't recovered. Lovey said, I wonder what Michael Jordan thinks about what Marcus said about not doing the dishes in his daddy's house. I hope you don't watch this mess. Miss Rodriguez said Lisa's divorce is messy because she only married a rich and miserable man, and she likes to fight too. Half of the story she told us involves her escalating conflict. Ciao. Her and Lenny love to fight. They love to fight. Ciao. Now I'm light skinned. Eve Empathy said Lisa never completely apologizes. She still didn't apologize to Kiki. Kiki needs mojito set. Yeah, she didn't apologize to her. Jade said, I truly believe Lenny had been cheating on Lisa. She's seen the writing on the wall, and that's why she had kids to keep him longer and have access to his money via the kids. I feel like the ladies feel like that too. That's why they don't give her the sympathy that she's been looking for. Miss Brown Chicken said they've done Gertie so bad and continually push aside her feelings. I agree. Emotionally stunted. Absolutely. She is so self-absorbed. Jade said Alexia was like, excuse me, Gertie has cancer. What do you mean, Lisa? Alexia truly got to the right side quickly. She did. I think Alexia watched the show and she realized how everybody was coming off. So she tried to, pull a doctor, act like she was doing what Dr. Nicole was doing. Candace said, yo, what's wrong with Larsa? Is her problem mental or emotional, or maybe something is physically wrong with her brain? Does anyone know? She's a narcissist. That's it. Eva Empathy said, Lisa is not really the motherly type. Her scenes with her kids were eye-opening this season. Her son getting the pizza while she was on the phone with Jody and serving his little sister was sad. Gossip and Grigio said, yes, the moon does affect people. As hospital workers, they will try to call out full moons. Oh, so full moons are not just for wolves. Okay. It's a full moon out tonight. She got 2 kids. Z said, the way I'm not arguing with nobody fighting cancer, right? You're right. The fact that they are sitting there letting this woman have to scream to defend herself sickens me. Yep. I didn't know that Gertie's been with her husband since they were 17. I love them. Shy girl, TJ said, so true. Every time the hospital was crazy where my mom were. Oh, wow. Love Like You Are said Michael Jordan probably knew that Marcus wasn't going to amount to anything because he didn't name him Junior. Ciao. Miss Rodriguez said, but Lisa still didn't apologize for anything. Why would she listen to someone with 3 baby daddies and nobody pushed her to make amends either? True. Eva Empathy said, Marcus telling Larsa she's the queen and to sit on her throne had me gagged, and not in a good way. He wants to be a housewife so bad. It's crazy. It is crazy. Give me shots said Larsa coming out with the cancer rates for Black women because why? I guess since she appropriated the aesthetic, she wants to appropriate the rhythm, but never their blues. She's another Jen Saul. Speak on it. Miss Broderick said people refuse to just say Black, and in the case of Larsa, just saying Black woman would cover it. I think, honestly, guys, non-Black people view Black people as Black American. I don't think they know that it's different. I don't think that they know that we come in different fonts. I don't think they get it. Give me Shelter said African women and African American women are still Black women in the eyes of medicine. The statistics are valid. Gertie and Kiki will still experience the same treatment in America like other Black women. Oh, I absolutely agree. I don't think that's what Larsa was saying. I think Larsa thinks that Gertie and Kiki are African American. That's what she said. OMG. E for Empathy said Alexia called Larsa out for being one of the liars on the cast. She is. Miss Brown Sugar said PSA and advocate for further tests if you get inconclusive scans on something or something feels off. Another probably is MDs, medical doctors not moving as quickly or aggressively for Black female patients. Absolutely. I told y'all about the last doctor I went to. I left that doctor's office and I reported everybody. And the new doctor that I was at, I asked for a second opinion. He told me one thing was something and I said, I feel something else. I asked for a second opinion. Next thing you know, I got my second opinion and I got what I needed. I got what I needed. I'm my doctor at this point. They're just the help. They're my nurses. I'm the doctor. I'm not playing with my life. Absolutely not. Keep them on their toes. Jade said Larsa is sick in the head. It's not even funny. Gertie deserved to whack her with that before and after comment. She should have said, let's roll back to season 1. Ciao. Ciao. Manti said, Gertie told no lines. It's a jump scare every time they show a flashback of Larsa. She looks so different. Well, she has to attract a younger demographic of Black men who are now, at least the ones in the spotlight, who are now going after the women with certain kind of bodies, the BBL bodies. But can we keep it buck? A lot of these women are doing all kinds of surgeries that we don't understand, because they are trying to look like trans Black women. So y'all trying to attract these men that are attracted to the way the LGBTQ community holds some secrets. Ciao. You better get you a friend in the community. Tell everything. JG said Gertie was right. People need to speak up on their behalf because they all saw the BS coming from Lisa and Larsa, yet said nothing except for Alexia. Yeah, Alexia was like, I'm getting on the right side of history. Love Like You Are said MJ wrote him out of that will straight away once he saw a glimpse of this episode. He had to. He had to. Give Me Shelter said Michael Jordan's son is a joke. He has the mentality of a 15-year-old. Hope he goes back to selling his dad's sneakers. That's all he's good for. How could you waste such a legacy? I just do not. It happens all the time, though. It happens all the time. Drewski said, not since Patricia Bailey, have we seen a man so thirsty to be a part of the Housewives. He is thirstier than the Jersey husbands. It is sad. It is sad. E for Empathy said, child, I hated seeing him gritting in the back, excited to fight with some women. Crazy, right? Telling Adriana they're going to be doing each other after the... JG said, little Tyler Perry, you're wrong. Just doesn't see the public isn't on his side, and we are all discussing with him and his weird relationship with us. Okay. I think that he just really wants to be famous. He can't do it in athleticism. I'm like, I want to use my dad's name. Like, what do you? So many people want to run to reality TV because it's a quick way for fame. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Andrew Gabor said, mark my words, Andy will have the husbands and boyfriends sitting behind the woman next season to ensure Marcus acts a fool. He will. And that will probably be Marcus's last season on that show. Give Me Shelter said, one of the good things that may come out of Bravo Reckoning is Andy losing the reunion gig. He's not equipped to advocate for women, BIPOC women, or even clarity. Child, they said that 2024 is the age of Aquarius. Revelation is coming, so who knows? Who knows? Samara said, I did that for my parents. They didn't know how to read or write well, so I had to translate and grow up quickly and learn adult things. Yeah. Listen, you have to do what you had to do, but we have to tell the truth for shame of the devil. Your childhood was robbed. You should not have had to do that. Spency said, 2,500 is nothing still. LOL, maybe Ubers and stuff. But that's what she said her daughter spends it on. Who's with this baby, though? She's 15. Is she 15 in LA by herself? Who is she with that you have to send her money? Why aren't you with her giving her your card? What is up with that? It's not bad, but for LA, it's nothing. It's nothing. Oh, the tricks have been tricking this season. The tricks have got. These men, absolutely not. Y'all not playing with them. Hey, Romel, thank you for being here. Unapologetically, Romel said, Lisa is a Karen. End of story. She showed her true colors this year. Ciao. Hey, Black Lavender. Kim says she's a white Jamaican from a wealthy part of the country. Is she a colonizer? But wait, is she a white Jamaican? I saw her father, but her mother look. Something going on with the mom. Something there. The dad, yeah, but the mom, she's had a world tour with Messi, David Beckham, and Emilio. What? How are you getting these gigs? Yeah, I couldn't believe he said that. He was just like, it's a microaggression, Lisa. I said, oh, not you. Not you. Okay. Okay. It really, this is the best way to describe them. I was just like, why did Julia say that? And I still do not think that Larson's butt is real. Why did you say that? And Dr. Cole was like, this is the wrap up, guys. What is happening? Oh. Give me something said, I'm tired of Julia, animal babies, and adoption stories. Don't mean to be mean, but Julia lives on another planet. She's adorable, but she's unfortunately a weak link too. She absolutely is on another planet. JG said, why was Julia liking black men used as a dog from a lady dating a black man? Weird. Well, it's the same thing that goes on with AD and Love is Blind. It's a sexualization of like black people's bodies. It's like this weird thing that non-black people have with black people's bodies. That's why, what was Jordan Peele's horror movie? What was it called? That horror movie with Daniel Kaluuya. That's why it was such a good film and like just so right on the nose, because that is how a lot of non-black people view, like they are like enamored by black people's bodies. Like for us, a lot of non-black people see us as still being on the auction block, right? As still being something to consume. It's weird. It's such a weird feeling. I remember when I first started like dating out of my culture, I'm back in. That was a scary time. I don't know how y'all do it. God bless y'all who have found love outside of the culture, outside of the community. It was very scary because I could not believe the way like I was being talked to by another human being as if I wasn't like a human. It was so weird and creepy. But that happens. That happens to us. It's scary place to be. Blue Jay said, if Andy is on the hot seat, then he better crack open a sociology and psychology, Nikki, a book to read and shade and fine print. I know that's right. The optic said, I think Andy wants to support Julia on that statement. I need for all of them to stop the integration. Oh, they wanted to say some stuff. They wanted to say some stuff. And it was so weird when Larson was just like, well, Julia, you like black penises. And I'm like, for you as a woman who, I don't know how your son identifies, but you know, the world will see him as black. If you have a son that looks like that, and to be in those conversations about black penises, I know that it was a fetish conversation. And I know y'all were having a good kiki about the BBCs that y'all have taken down in your lives. I know that if that conversation was ever aired, Miami always deserves a 4-part reunion, in my opinion. Beverly Hills does not. They don't need. There's always 2 for them. There's no way they cannot renew them. There's no way. These girls are it. You know what? I feel like they need to. I wanted them to come over to Bravo, but Bravo doesn't respect them. Peacock respects them. Bravo does not. Bravo does not. JG said the next season is going to start with them arguing at the reunion and enter into Alexia versus Marisol era. I'm ready, especially with Alexia saying she wants to know Nicole better. Things are shifting. Yep. And this is why these girls are great. This is why these girls are great. We're getting a shift. After giving us this phenomenal season, we're about to get a shift in the community. My God, today. And we're going to get different perspectives. They're so good. I hate that they don't get the respect that they deserve. Elise said, you know what, Jade? I respect and agree because Candace didn't articulate it correctly and Wendy defended the white. Oh, what y'all talking about? What did I miss? Juicy said, Nikki, if you know the minute of your birth time, there's a website that will do your chart. It has all the stuff in it. I don't know. I was born in a house. I didn't go to a hospital until I was like, what? How old was I, Mom, by the time I went to a hospital? I think I was like a week old before I went to a hospital. And shout out to my grandmom, because she made my mom get me a birth certificate. She was just like, she don't have a birth certificate. Nobody knows that this baby exists. So I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. You know me. I'm 12'5". What's up, fam? What's up, fam? Oh, she always does. She always does. Oh, I made up my place. Oh, okay. I'm gonna figure it out. Oh, a Sagittarius sun. I don't know what that means, but I know that's right. I know that's right. Miss T, have you had a Costco cake? Oh, it'll change your life. It's the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever. And I don't even like cake, but that Costco cake, they put their whole foot in behind in them things. Oh my goodness. They know what they're doing over there. Unapologetically, Romel said, I'm not buying Alexia or Erica new act. I do believe people can change, but they are putting on an act for the audience. Listen, Erica, who cares? Alexia, do it. Do it. Change the dynamics in the friend group. Become friends with Dr. Nicole and beef with Marisol. Let's see. Let's see. That's a good observation, DGF. Larsa can maintain that fake tone just like Dorit. You're right. Miss Brown-Sugar said, I've been wanting to get my birth chart. But of course, no one's remembered my exact time of birth. And yes, I could request a new birth certificate myself, but of course, I don't care that much. DGF said Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen have beef, so MJ might be into his son dating the ex-wife of his nemesis. But what about the mama? Fareed said the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion has been a snooze. We had some fruit brewing, but Andy didn't get into it enough. Yeah, they could have kept it. The season started off so strong, and then it just, after Sutton stopped carrying the season, it just wasn't good anymore. Your local doctor's board. Your local doctor's board. They all have to be certified locally where they practice. Your local doctor's board. Nicholas, no, this is again, they didn't talk about it. I don't know if they're going to talk about it next season. If I was her, I wouldn't do the show. Those are huge allegations. I have to be honest, from my observation, trans Black women from the 90s are the blueprint for today's beauty standards. I'm sorry, the looks that I am seeing now, from the hair to the makeup to the stance to the lips to the fillers to the BBLs, everything, fashions, hair, all of it. I was seeing this on trans Black women in the 90s. Why did I know that? Because my friend, we used to watch ball tapes in his face. We used to be watching ball tapes right after school. We go to his home. His mom and grandma will make us some dinner. We would eat that dinner. We were downstairs watching ball tapes, watching Sanaya Vogue film. Like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. But he was newly in the community. He was just like showing us everything. We were like, oh my gosh. That's how I knew all of that stuff. But I'm looking at that. I'm looking back and I'm just like, Sanaya and all of them look like this back then. This is their inspiration. So if the man that you are with is attracted to you looking like a trans woman, we back out of there. I don't feel like fighting nobody today. DGF said Germans moved to Jamaica in 1835 to work in plantations when slavery ended. That's Seaford Town. Bahamian had poor Irish immigrants, Finty's ancestors. And that's why y'all have the accent that y'all have, especially you Jamaicans. Remember I told y'all when I was working on accents in college, and when we got to Irish, I always sounded Jamaican. My teacher would be like, it's still coming off Jamaican. And I would be like, I'm saying it the way I'm hearing it. OMG. Get out. Yes. Get out. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You don't have to like everybody, but they work together as a collective very well. Very well. It's so chaotic. It's so chaotic. They work very well. Very, very well. Yes, she did. And I wish Alexia would have hopped in on that and be like, that's what you do. But she did do it when it was concerning her. She was just like, everybody said that. So why are you throwing that dig at me? She sees Larsa. I will be here for a Larsa versus Alexia season because Alexia is going to get her together. She will get her together. I've never had a Publix cake. I've only had their sandwiches, and they're delicious. I've never had a Publix cake. Is their like bakery just as good as Costco's? Let me know, Nicholas. Miss Brown Sugar said apparently Scotty Jr. stays getting clowned by other players because of Larsa and Marcus's relationship and Larsa's 5 times a night commentary. How did it ever not occur to her that our kids would be embarrassed? Well, it did occur to her. Remember, at this reunion, she said that she's going to stop talking about her sex life because it bothers her kids. But let me tell you something. Gen X and millennial women, child, they are going after the baby millennials. Not just the baby millennials. They're going after Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Because why the hell is Drea pregnant by that baby? What is going on? I said, your husband is... Your baby daddy is 22, the same age as your son. What's happening? What's happening? Why are millennial women acting like men? We're doomed. We are doomed. Let me get a few more and then let's get out of here. JG said, and Marie probably will try to come back next season because they low-key protected her, but it's going to take one unnecessary comment and something is going to, let's talk about the husband. I feel like it's going to be Crystal. She better leave her alone. She better leave her alone. DGF said when Alexia blows against Larsa, they might have to cancel the show. Listen, they're going to give us a season every time. Miss Sugar said, right, she said it now after her kids had to tell her to stop. But girl, what did you think would happen? Absolutely. Absolutely. JG said, Larsa is so self-absorbed. Before the sex comment, and she dated a player on her son's team, not taking a reputation into account. At what point does she protect her child? Listen, this is what's happening. These older women are going after these, young men, right? And they are going after them, especially the ones that get signed and have a lot of money, because they can take advantage of that money. And when they stop being able to take advantage of that boy's money, they get pregnant. They get pregnant. Amber Rose is not far behind. She's about to get pregnant by that young baseball player. And them boys are too dumb to know what to do. My God, today. I always say this, being a professional athlete's mother, it has to be hell. It has to be hell. Oh, it has to be. It's so great. I'm like, we're doing this? Is this who we are? The women now? It's this. But you can't tell them young boys nothing. They done got all this money and you can't tell them nothing. They need to get an Allen Iverson deal. See, Allen Iverson, thank God for his agent. He made him sign a deal where he would get his money in like 5 to 10 year like quarters. Not quarters, but you know what I mean. 5 to 10 year increments. So he wouldn't get everything. So that's why he's still able to live such a good life, because he was not able to blow all of his money so young. That's what they need to do. They get this money in one lump sum and they getting these geriatric millennials pregnant. What the hell is going on? What do you have in common as a 39-year-old woman with somebody who was 22? What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? You have to be talking about menopause, and he's talking about Naruto. What is happening here? Oh, it is what it is. The Nicholas Express said, I've only ever gotten their cake by the slice, but it's so good. It tastes fresh to me. We don't have a Costco here, but I'm going to try the cake. Where you at? We all got a Costco. They got a Costco in Korea. Where you at? Where are you at? Blue Jay said, thank you, Nikki, for this fabulous night. I hope you talk about traders, but I understand if you don't want to. Good night, love. Good night. Good night. F1022 said, who would you give her up on a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Anne Marie, no question. Anne Marie, no question. Dorit will be a friend of. Dorit would be a friend of. Crystal, I was going to make her a friend of, but she's showing up. She's showing up. I would make Kyle a friend of if she don't want to talk about anything. If she don't talk about Morgan or that marriage, friend of. Friend of. Erica, friend of. And yeah, I would keep everybody as mains and then make the rest of those ladies friend of. But Anne Marie would go. Yes, I did it on the last live. Fareed said, did you hear the Erica's new song is given 2005 number for Furtado? If so, good for her. If so, good for her. I think that's Nelly Furtado was good. That's a good person to sound like. She has some hits. DGF said, remember that episode about Sex and the City when Carrie dated the young guy? Why do you date older women? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. This is my thing. I am not coming at May December relationships, right? But I will say I'm always going to side eye an older person who was in a relationship with someone whose brain isn't fully developed. When them people get in their 30s, that's what I say. I don't say nothing about Larsa and that man-child's age gap. He's in his 30s. Okay. You know, it's a mutual, they're getting something out of it. He's getting the opportunity to live his dream of being a housewife. She's banging a Jordan, right? They're getting something out of it. And she is keeping some kind of relevancy with a community that puts her on the pedestal. So that's fine. You should not, as an older person, be engaging in any kind of relationship that is not platonic with someone whose brain is not fully developed. There's no way that you're not going to be looked at as a predator. You are literally playing with a child. I don't care how much money he has. And I mean, also, as a 39-year-old woman, how does he not look like a child to you? How does he not? How does he not? It's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. On that note, let's get out of here. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm going to try to watch Traders. We will see. If I do talk about it, it might be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't know. I'm gonna try to give another crack at it. I was so pissed off, y'all. We will see. We will see. But let me get out of here. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for supporting me. Timestamps are in the description box. Give me about 15 minutes to complete everything. I'll see you soon for something else. Bye, guys. Child, what is going on?